Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patrick AJ Inketia, and today I would like us to talk about how to easily create a great brand. How to easily create a great brand. How to easily create a great brand. Yes, and here I would like to use an experience to share with you. So I'd like to share this true story. Couple of years ago, I had already formed my first business, which has already failed, and the same with my second business, which has also already failed. And the first business was in forming a business. I chose a compound name, which then I was in the university, and there was this lady who was very good to me, and her name was also resonant in my family's names. I should say her name runs through my family tree because my grandmother was called Mildred. I have a sister who is also called Mildred. I have nieces and people and aunties who are also called Mildred. So I decided to use the name Mildred, and I took the Mild and added Patrick. I removed the Pat from and I added Rick to Mild, so it became Mildrick. It was a training consultancy firm that I started. I got it registered before even I finished the university. So that was one type of way you can start creating a business name. And two, I used acronym, which is also another way of forming a business name. So my second business, where after I traveled from Casablanca and I wanted to do something for my community, I started Dynamic Clean Ghana Foundation. So I used Dynamic D, Clean C, Ghana G, and Foundation F. So DCGF was the name of the second business. Anyway, that was also fine. That's also fine and still in position, but a bit dormant and a bit. So, with this experience and my third business, I had already thought of using my name. So here it goes, and here it starts. I had already thought of using my name, which was even designed Patrick Ejein Ketia, ahead of, but I didn't know that was really a bad move. I had already started even creating some designs of it and started even promoting it on my social media pages. But I didn't know that was really a bad move. But I had a brand expert friend. He was Benjamin. He runs Centrifuge and is still in the Zenith. Benjamin, wherever that you are, I give you a big up. So, ladies and gentlemen, here it goes. Benjamin had been, I've met Benjamin during an event, and I also noticed that he was really dynamic and he was doing great. So I decided to support him with a couple of things projects that he was also doing. But by then he was doing Woman 2.2, Woman 1, yeah, which is something about promoting women, and also I supported with him, and I became close with Benjamin, and I noticed that his designs and everything that he does, a promotion, were on point. So I got to know he was into branding, and he was a brand expert. So I started making him design a couple of things for me, helping me with my designs because I was now growing my startup and my fashion business. So Benjamin became a very close friend of mine. And with this third business, I wanted to get everything right. I wanted to make it a winning product that will sell, because the name of a business matters a lot for it to thrive. Then I and Benjamin, one time it was early in the morning and I was going for work, and I had a call from Benjamin. And Benjamin, I had already told him to help me with this brand name. So he came, and he already knew that the business was into fashion. Sorry about that. He already knew that the business was into fashion. And the first question he asked me was, what will the business be into? So one of the key things that you need to know, you need to start with when forming a business name is to have a keyword that you can associate with your business. One, that was a good thing, and it's the first step that you need to do. You need to have a keyword. You need to have the keywords that describes it in different terms, so that you can select one from a lot. Good. So Benjamin asked me about what my business is about, and I told him it's about culture. We are promoting the heritage and identity of Africa, and he said, "Wow, culture." All right. So then, what do? We find the name of culture in another language. So then, we found the name of, so that was another strategy that he used. Most of business names find their names from medieval gods, like Nike was named after a goddess, and couple of other names that are medieval and from series. I wanted to mention a couple of names, but let's see straight. So now Benjamin asked me about the name. What was the motive of it? And I said it was into culture. So then he said, then I wanted it also to be African. And what does it mean to be? And he said we should find a language that we can convert culture into. Then we use it as, so we found Swahili, which has been a predominant tribe in Africa, and their Swahili language have also been very notified in Africa. So we decided to go in for Swahili. And what is the Swahili term for culture? And it was utamaduni. You understand that there another step was, how long it was, utamaduni, which means culture in Swahili. Do you know what Benjamin did? Benjamin told us to cut it off. To cut it off in order for it to be short. Why? After years of me using this brand, which has really impacted my life positively, for over 10 years, I can say, and I've dealt with brands and I've read about brands in creating, collections and other logos. So this name became Utama, but not Utamaduni because it was shortened. Utama. So one key thing that you should notice when forming a brand name is it should make it short. It should be short. The name should be short. This is a basic tip. The name should be short. Example, Gucci, Fendi, Pepsi, Nike, Adidas, Prada. So you can understand that all the names, and why does we choose a name that is short? We choose a name that is short in order for it to be easily remembered. Why? Because customers buy when they remember the name of your brand. So customers need to get your brand name in a competitive position in their minds. So that leads me to the point two of what I'm talking about. And the name needs to be easily remembered. The business name needs to be easily remembered because that is the whole point of what we're creating this name for. The name should be short. It needs to be easily remembered. That is two. And the third one is, you know how some names rhyme and how even singers use even rhyming for things to be encoded in our minds. So rhyming is very important. An example of a rhyming brand name is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. You see how it sounds so nice with even the phonetics and the phonology. You see, so uh, the choice of alphabets that you even choose, and during inventive brands, that's where can people can even choose a particular alphabet, to make it make a name sound appealing. Example: Rolex, Kleenex, Clorox, you know, Kodak. In order for it to be easily sounding, with some phonetics and syllables that's easily vowels and consonants that are easily remembered. You get what I mean? So when you are forming a business name, it needs to be short. Two, it needs to be easily remembered. Three, it needs to rhyme, have some rhyme, that can help you. My brand name was Utama, and I loved it so much because it stuck in people's mind, and they were easy. It was easy for people to mention it, and I could relate it, and I could relate it to the likes of Gucci and Fendi and all, and it gave me so much confidence in the brand. And I must tell you, wherever I'm putting the brand logo, I never feared or felt, low or anything. It was a strong brand. And Benjamin also, one other thing was that he chose nice fonts, but they were strong. Also, your colors should signify what your business stands for. Yes, it's very, very, very important. The colors, the fonts, which makes it also appealing for the eye to see. So, we spoken about a short, two, easy to remember, three, it needs to rhyme, four, the choosing of the alphabets, which is very, very, very important. So before you start, you need to check, do your research, and bring out after you gotten the name, if it has the name been used already, or has the name been tempered with anything. Do a research about the new name you have gotten, and try, to find if it has been even been used as a website, or in any way. So that is when it's after. And you need to also find if you can register it or get it bookmarked in a way that nobody can be tamper with it or use it. Because I know it costs, but there are some ways, and uh, there are some ways that you can do to, secure your business name. So there are some, these are few key tips from my experience that I wouldn't go much too much with the acronym. I've mentioned those types of name, but once you have a very nice name, and how you will need it are these basic tips that I'm giving you. If you are able to get a nice name that rhymes, that is short, that is easily to remember, that's also the phonetics and the alphabets, are well structured. You remember Rolex? Rolex was well planned, brand name. Research the story about it, and it's interesting. You get to know how it was formed. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are some few tips that you can really help you form a fantastic brand name, a winning brand name. I'm looking forward to your comments. Anything that you think that I can address and share with you that can help you. So you need to like, subscribe, and comment below. Ladies and gentlemen, see you in the other one. Thank you very much.